Well, hello, my stamping friends. It's Kelly from Stamping in the She Barn. I just wanted to get on here and start. I usually start at 3:45 because I have a little bit of businessy stuff to chit-chat about, and then I get to making my card. The goal is 4 o'clock. But sometimes it's a little before that, sometimes it's a little after that. Depends on how much businessy talk and specials and things that are going on. So, if you are here joining me, which I would love to have you drop a comment just so I know that people are out there and they are on already. And if you are, that's great. I thank you for dropping a comment. Just so I know that I am live and you can see me and hear me. So, it looks like I have a little bit of a slow connection today with my internet. Why does that happens all the time? Okay, I had to get my little swallow Mountain Dew in. I'm going to go ahead and just start chit-chatting. You are looking at Stampin' Up's mini catalog, September to December mini. This catalog is going out, and actually I think it goes to, January 5th it actually goes to. But a lot of the products that are in our catalog will be going out. And of course, once you know, I grabbed my catalog that doesn't have the ones marked. I do know that the branching out dies, which I have, is staying in, but the stamp set is going. So you'll find them on last chance list. The squirrel one is on last chance list. Let's see. The Peaceful Days. Hi, Mom. Peaceful Days, I believe, is going, but I think some of the paper is staying. The Keeping Traditions Christmas, some of that is going. I know this tree set one is going. And the paper, so those, I think the majority of that is all going. Chris, hi. Watching Netflix, good to hear from you. Awesome. We watch Netflix a lot. We have been watching The Homeland on Netflix. Let's see, this Aurora paper is staying, but I think all the rest of that is going. So you'll find that on the last chance list. I'm sad to see that go because I love these scenery. You guys know me. I'm a scenery gal, and I love making things with that. I know that Peace on Earth is going. I know this folder has sold out. Glimmer paper staying. The embellishments are staying. The ribbon is staying, but I think the paper, the saying, and the dies are going. And just for your information, when Stampin' Up discontinues a product and it is completely gone, we can sell our stock. Now, what I do, I know this is going. Some people will ask me ahead of time and say, are you going to be selling yours? Because sometimes I keep a few things. And I usually say, yep, I'm either selling it or I'm keeping it. And then if I'm selling it, I always sell it half of the price of what's in the catalog. So let's just say, for instance, let's just go over here. The traditional labels bundle, your cost would be $43 plus 11% shipping and whatever your tax rate is. I know for me it's 8.125. So I don't add the shipping or the tax onto it, so you already get 18% off there. And then I sell it for half whatever this price is, so it would be $21.50 would be for that bundle. So if you guys are ever looking for something and it's either gone or you can hold off and wait until it's gone, something like that, you can always check with me, and if I actually have it, I will sell it at half price. Okay, let's see. I know that's going. I can't remember if Wishing of Joy is going. This Builder Blossom is going. This one's going. The Big Merry Christmas is going. There's a lot of them that are going, and a lot in your seasonal catalogs like this tend to do that. I know this Greetings for You ephemera, I bet I've probably bought a dozen packages of that because they're great for putting in your Christmas cards. So that I know is going, but it just came back in stock. We just did cards with this Tags and More set, and I think that one is still out of stock, but it looks like some is coming in. And of course our Joyful Days, that was gone, came in, gone, came back in, and now it's gone again, it looks like. So anyhow, that is the mini catalog. Those are going to be going fast. So hi Julie. So look on your last chance list and see if there's anything in there that you might want. And if there is, now's probably a really good time to go and get it. Hi Virginia. Okay, so that is the mini. So we have coming up in January. Let me see if this tells me the actual date in January. January 6th, our new mini catalog is going to be available for customers to order. Us as demonstrators can pre-order some of the things in there, and we can also pre-order from online exclusives. Now, we can't show you the inside of the catalog till it goes live, but I can share with you online exclusives. At least they've never told me we can't do that. So let's see if I go through here and tell you the things that I already ordered. Let's see. I should probably just underline them because usually, you know what? I usually highlight, and it's an online exclusive, so it's in green. So I got that one. Stamp set. I got the bundle there. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, I got the Moody Pallete Glossy dots. We're going to be using that on our card today. I got the Lovely Stripes embossing folder. Let's see. Oh, I got this Fragrant Layers dies. And I got a stamp set that goes with that, which, let's see, let me flip this over. I can show you, and you're going to start seeing some of these things because I am in 2 different swaps. So I'm going to have 80 cards to share with you guys after the first of the year. So we'll get you some good ideas on what you can do with these. So this one is the one bundle that I got, and this is the other bundle that I got. I am having a lot of fun playing with these dies. And in this mini catalog, they kind of showed how they made some designer series paper. Matter of fact, let me grab it. This is a designer series paper that's in the catalog. And in there, let me see. I'm just going to pull this out and show you both sides since I have it handy. They did spritzing and daubers, hi Caroline, to make this paper. So I did a couple of my swaps with the spritzing technique. That means you made 80 to exchange. Yes, we make 21 each, and then the person who does the swap gets 1 card from each of us, and then we get 20 different ones back. So yeah, I had lots of cards to make, and they all have to basically be the same, and they have to be made with either the mini catalog or the online exclusives. So here's beautiful blues in this, and that's pretty much a midnight. There, you can see a little better when I hold it up so the light shows you there. Again, we've got this beautiful swipe paper. Looks like some basic beige and greens. Ooh, this looks like pretty peacock. Gotta like that. Caroline caught Sarah doing the December product of the month. Oh, yes. I have not seen it yet. We have been working at the rental, trying to get that ready to roll as soon as we can. Okay, here's some more little print. But yeah, I don't get to see Sarah's until later today. And then here we go into some of our greens again. And some more of our greens. That looks like mossy meadow on that. Ooh, pretty peacock. I don't know. To me, that's such a tranquil color. And a little pattern on the back. So let's see what colors they actually have in this. So this is called Nature's Walk. Let me just give this a little shake a minute here so I can get it flat. So it looks like we have Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Cloud Cover, Crumb Cake, Garden Green, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, and Secret Sea. Yeah, you can put the link there, Caroline. That's fine. What Caroline's talking about, if you don't know about the product of the month, I know I've shared it a little bit with you, but of course my sample piece is out in the She Barn because I had my stamp camp on Friday and I shared with them, and I had my card club on Saturday. Yes, Chris, I know you love Pretty Peacock. So do I. I just think it's so pretty. And of course, my sheet is out there with the sample on it. But product of the month started in December, and that is going to be going through, well, forever that we know of until they make a change to it. We don't have Celebration anymore. So what they're doing is, if you order $75 in product, you can get the product of the month for $5. This month's product of the month is some beautiful blue printed paper. So once you hit, and you can only buy one. Once you hit your $75, you can pay $5 and you can get the product of the month. It is 12 sheets of 12 by 12, double-sided, 2 of each sheet, in the product of the month pack. So you can get that for $5. And remember, you get rewards off of that $5 too. So keep in mind, each month something's going to be different. They basically talked about, could be dies, could be stamps, could be paper, could be embellishments, could be something we've never had before. So each month there'll be a new one, and it's usually hits and we can't do any pre-ordering of those type of things. So we get to see it when you see it, or maybe we see it the day before it goes live to let us be able to advertise it to you guys. So keep an eye out for those. Okay, so there's that. And then how we doing on time here? Ooh, 3:57. So just remember, mini catalog, you are going to see something on the cards today from the mini catalog that I will be using. So let me just give you a little sneaky peek at it. It is called Beautifully Adorned Ephemera Pack. So if ephemera means anything to you, I was saying in my little teaser that we are going to be using some of my favorite things today to make fast, easy cards, and ephemera packs are my go-to for that. So here is what they look like. Now, this is on vellum. Let me just pull that out of there. So this is on vellum with gold foil. So you get 2 of each page. So there's 2 of those. You can see I've already used a couple things out of here. You can see I've used some things out of here for my card too. One of them is the beautiful flower that you see here. And then there's some leaves that go with it. And then in here, there was some ovals. Well, this one will probably show it a little bit better. There was some ovals. Let's do this. This one was right here. Then this one was on the inside of it. So I used what was here, and I used the piece that was cut out of there. And you'll see them on the cards here shortly. So let's see. We had 2 of those sheets. And then there's one more. Just grab this out. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8 sheets for $8.50. And this is the last sheet. So you can see you can get some tags, some more leaves, some more flowers, some little gold bits, another tag here, some little corner pieces. So lots of fun. And again, this is called Beautifully Adorned Ephemera, and this will be available January 6th. Okay, so let me set that aside. And then we are going to be using some sayings. Whoops, missed a piece here. From the Thoughtful Moments dies. And in here, this is what happens to me. Let me just kind of show you how I get inspired sometimes. I've got all these things laying on my desk from stuff I've cut. Now, these kits are going away, but I always leave these little things laying in there. Here's my sailboat set that's going. More of the sailboat. So I get all these little bits and pieces of things that I normally leave in my kits or in my stamp set. And then when they go away, I take all these pieces out and I just put them in my little tote. You can see all the different stuff here. Gosh, I've got arches and circles and post-its and textured notes. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So yesterday I was going through thinking, what am I going to share with the girls? And I thought, I'm just going to start pulling some of these things out that I have and just see what I can create, and then make some new, add some of the new things with it. So you'll see if you come to my stamp room, I have totes. I should pull this up a little bit so you don't get nauseous there. Okay, there we go. But I have totes of these type of things. And then sometimes I get really good and I sort them by Christmas or birthday or whatever. I get really organized and have them put into different totes. I shouldn't say that. Well, yeah, they're totes, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. I get little things like these that have all those sections in there. So this one's all flowers. So you can just see lots of different things. And I should just pull them out and make all kinds of things with them. And they sit there and I can use them for my church stamp group. Okay, metallic textured rub-ons. I have a couple of those we're going to do today. There's some gold and some silver. Again, these are fun. I think I showed you a few of them recently. And then I have Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera pack. So we'll be using some of them. And then I got this was in the January through April mini, but carried over. Birthday treats and mix and match ephemera pack. So we're going to be making something with some items in there today. This is our Moody Pallete Glossy dots. That's coming from the January online exclusive. And then I have this black and white gold baker's twine. I think that was in one of our online exclusives, but I looked to see, and it is still available. So I used some of this. And then again, I used our Thoughtful Moments dies. I found a couple of the With Sympathy that I did. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. Maybe better there. With Sympathy that I did in gold, laying on my desk. So that's what gave me my idea. So let me just share the first one with you. On this card, I use Lost Lagoon and basic white cardstock, stylish shapes and textured note dies, pieces that were laying on my desk. Birthday treat ephemera pack, I used Berry Burst Daffodil and Lost Lagoon blends to do a little coloring. Of course, Wink of Stella always. My Moody Pallete Glossy dots and Many Messages. Many Messages from Berry Burst. I did that. Many Messages is on the last chance list and is going away. If you remember that... I'm sorry, I wrote Many Messages. It's More Messages. Remember all those dies that I did with all those sayings? And let's see. I think if I can reach it. Nope, I cannot reach it. Let me see here. Let me grab it. So I did a whole bunch of these in different colors. So I have them for whatever different occasions. And then I just pull this pack out, and that's how I created this card. I found a saying in the color that I wanted. Okay, so let's show you this card. So here we go. We did the okay, so there's a white textured note die that I cut out for another card that I did, and this was the frame behind that little white. Uh-oh, it's MD time. Hold on. Okay, that was my little white piece behind. And then this bubble bath piece is actually one of the pieces from the ephemera. And you have this pattern. And then, of course, we have the pattern that you see. Oops, the pattern that you see on that card. And when you get these, of course, you can use the bubble bath side, or you can turn it around and use the white side, or you could take this and use your blending brush and color it whatever color you want. But another fun thing to do with this, let me just see if I got enough on my blending brush to share this with you. You can make a stencil with this. So we'll see. I think there's enough blue on there that you'll be able to see when I take this off what I'm talking about. See how you can make a stencil on your card? Super fun, easy way to use these. Okay, so let's see. I did, Chris. I told you I was going to say MD because that's what Chris said last week about MD. And I'm like, what is that? She said, oh, your Mountain Dew. So there we go. Okay, so there's an idea for you. So then I just took this punch out or ephemera piece. Let's see if I can find one in here. Of the cake. And then I took a couple of the candle pieces. I colored them with my blends. And then I just tucked them behind the cake. Now, if you notice, on this cake, you see the white edge around there? I didn't want to have that white edge with my candles sticking out there. So I went in here and I cut up and around tight to the cake and took that white edge off of there. To me, it just worked better for my candles. And then, of course, my little saying and some of my glossy dots. So there's one of my samples. Okay. Then let's go to this one. And this one, I use my With Sympathy from that, oh my goodness. I just about drank all my Mountain Dew, too. I shouldn't be yawning. I'm sorry, you guys. We had to stop and get a little Wendy's on the way, so I ate something, so now I'm tired. Okay, so my With Sympathy from my hybrid Thoughtful Moment Dies hybrid folder. Cardstock is basic black and basic white. Die cut with textured note die. Black, white, and gold baker's twine. So that was this baker's twine. You'll see that on there. My With Sympathy saying in gold foil. And then I did some of the metallic, oh my goodness, metallic textured rub-ons. You know what I just realized? I forgot to show you the inside of this other card where I added another ephemera and used my blends to color. And this was another one of my pieces I had laying there that I cut out my circle from Stylish Shape Dies. So again, your pieces that are laying there makes a great way to add to other cards. Okay, here's what it looks like. Look at how pretty this is, you guys. Had a piece of scrap of Lost Lagoon. Put it behind where I cut that die out. Added some of my dots. Now, you can color those dots, too, anytime you want with blends. Can't color them with markers. It'll rub right off. But the blends being alcohol-based, you can. And then these little pieces here were my cutouts, my ephemeras from that new pack. Okay, now where did I stacked it on top of something else here. Where the heck did it go? Oh my goodness, really, Kelly? Oh, you guys, it was like right here. It was that new pack. All right. I bet I put something over the top of it. Okay. What was it called? Shoot, I didn't. Oh, here it is. I didn't write on there. Okay, it is the Beautiful Adorned Ephemera pack. That little guy. All right, so those were those pieces. And then I just tied a bow and used a little mini glue dot to attach it to my leaf. And then my With Sympathy, I popped that up. I think you can see that. I did. You probably can't see it, but I Wink of Stella'd the leaves on there. And then on the inside, I have another one of my little pieces that was cut out. And I did that. And you know what? Where's my rub-on here? Oh, I lied. Let's cross that metallic rub-on off. It's on the next card I think I'm going to show you. Okay, so there we go. What do you think of that one? Isn't that pretty? I just think if, you know, something happened with somebody that you were sending them a sympathy card, this card to me just gives me some peace with the colors that are on there. Okay, so that's the second one. And then here's another one I did. Now this one, I use very vanilla, and then I use basic white cardstock. Metallic rub-ons, I did do that, and I'll show you that's on the inside. Black and white gold baker's twine, woven texture designer series paper. So it's a little different paper, but it is one that we've had for a little while, and it has different patterns to it. And I use this piece, which is the back of that one. Let's see. I didn't write when this was from, but I do know that this is on the last chance list, and it was $12.50, and now it's down to $8.75. Our Moody Pallete Glossy Dots, colored with Lost Lagoon blends, and then Beautifully Adorned ephemera packs. So here is what this one looks like. Now I did something a little different on this one. On the back of this leaf, I added, I think you can see it, I used dark Lost Lagoon blends. I started with the light, and it just was too light. I had to go over it with dark so it would stand out a little bit more. Oh, I'm getting lots of hearts on that. Love, I do too, Lisa, that ephemera one with the vellum. Yeah, ephemera, you're close. EPHERMA. I think I got her down. I'm trying to think what Lynn in our card club calls it. I won't be able to say it now, but we just have to ask her, and she'll say it a different way than I do. Okay, so I popped up that little piece instead of laying it flat, and this is where I use my Lost Lagoon blends on those little white dots. So again, just a pretty card. Thank you, Chris. And this is that rub-on. So I just took and cut out a little piece of the rub-on. I peeled off the back, laid it on. You just run your finger over it, and then you peel it off. And it just brought that gold inside with this one. So there's my third card. And now my fourth card. This one is Happy Birthday card. I use basic black, basic white cardstock. The Greetings for You ephemera. So let's see. This one I used this little Happy Birthday pull out little guy there. Let's see. The Beautifully Adorned again. So we're going to see some of that gold on there from the new mini. And the baker's twine, and of course Wink of Stella'd. So here we go. You ready? Look at how pretty this one is. So here I use the white side of that ephemera instead of the pink side, and then I use the flower in the solid gold versus seeing the vellum in the white. But then I use the vellum leaves. I wanted this flower to stand out a little more, where if I use the gold leaves, which you're going to see on one of my other cards, it kind of blends in a little bit more. I just wanted that flower to pop up more. And then here's one of my little circles from that pack. And then, of course, my glue dot with my twine bow. And then on the inside, I did Best Wishes, and that came from the Greetings for All Mix and Match pack. So there, what do you think of that one? Oh, lots of hearts again. Love to see it. Oh, and I did Wink of Stella on my vellum here. I did a little bit on the center of that, and then I did a couple swishes around the happy birthday, so that makes it a little sparkly too. Probably hard to see again on camera. Okay, so that's our fourth one. This is our fifth one. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, so this one, we got Bubble Bath cardstock, basic black, basic white, our Moody Pallete Glossy dots, our black, white, and gold Baker's Twine, Birthday Treats Ephemera, Greetings for All, metallic textured rub-ons, our Beautifully Adorned new Ephemera pack. That's in the January through April mini. So this one, that little black piece back there, I'm going to just show you what I got, what I did with that. So this was my little postage die piece, and I just tucked it in behind where that bubble bath piece is, so you don't even see that edge to it. However, there was a little bit of the opening on the bottom that you could see. So, oh, Lynn finally made it. Hi, Lynn. So that's why I chose a longer saying of congratulations, and it covered up that. So if you look here, you could see the little bit that would have been showing. Well, this covers that up. So again, that's where my little scraps of stuff laying on my desk, they get used. Not near as much as I should, but they do. And then this is the gold. Now, I don't know if you can notice it. Can you see behind that center? It's a little bit pink. It was going to show black through there, and I just did not want that black showing. So I used my Light Berry Burst blend, and I just colored in there with a little bit of pink so that you didn't see the black behind that. I just squiggly, I have to look it up each time, ephemera, that's correct. I just used my cording. Instead of making a bow, I just kind of scrunched it up and then put a glue dot right under the edge of that and then just tucked it right under there. And then again, I pulled my white in from this with my little Moody dots. And then on the inside, I added that happy birthday. And here again was from that rub-on pack. So I just added the rub-on to that. So we are going to, for our make a card, we're going to make another version of this that will be a little bit different. Time to get a little drink. So let's get started on that. I'm just going to leave this up to the side. Okay, so remember I told you about that black twine? I just kind of made a little S pattern on there. This is the white and gold, and I just got it stuck on a sticky dot for when I'm going to use it later. These are our parts. Okay, so this time I chose to use the different pattern on the back, and you can see where that is right there, where you can see that little bit of breakup. So we're going to do another long saying on there to disguise that. And our saying will be the same. It's going to be congratulations. Now, because you know me, I normally like to do one vertical and one horizontal, but because of this card is going to be another vertical card. Okay. Now here you can see I colored on the back of that flower, but this time I'm using, oh no, I guess I am using the same gold. Oh, I know what I changed up on here. Oh, let me get this piece off here before I rub it on there and get something transferred. This time I used the open leaves and I colored the back of them with the Lost Lagoon so we could have a little bit different look to it. And then I did already, Luann, yeah, I like the rub-ons too. I just got a slow connection over what you're saying. I like rub-ons are making, oh, they're making a comeback. Yes, I agree. Okay, so I am going to start on the inside with that rub-on. So here I just cut that out of my gold. Now I'm gonna share with you what I learned about these rub-ons. So let me just get the rub-ons. Oop, I smacked my light there. Okay, so when I first used these rub-ons, I pulled this out and I thought, oh, I just want to do, let's say I just wanted to do this little piece. So I peeled that back off and I set it down on here, and I was just going to rub that area. Well, wherever anything else touched that paper, once this backing was peeled off, it transferred it onto there. So what I learned, you want to cut out the piece that you're going to put on there every time, or you're going to transfer something else on. So now I'm just going to peel this backing off. And now this is going to be sticky. That we just throw away. Yeah, no, it's not really sticky. But if you touch it to something, it's going to transfer. So I just set that in there, and I just rubbed over the top of this. A little bit of pressure to rub on there. And then I may have to, let's see, get my little scissors out here just to lift that up so I can get a hold of that corner. And then I just peel it back. Oops, got to rub a little bit more. I peel it back a little bit more. I guess I got to rub a little heavier than what I was thinking. There we go. Okay, so there's our rub-on transfer. Let's see, we're doing congratulations, so let me pick out, let's see, I thought I had, oh, this is open, so congratulations. So let's pick this happy birthday to put on the inside. So we'll go ahead and do that. Add a little bit of adhesive to this. Then we'll put that on the inside. I got to bring it down a little bit closer to me. Hopefully I'm getting it straight. Yep, looks good. Okay. Now we're going to do our outside. So we're going to adhere this first. Now I could pop this up if I want, or I can leave it flat. I think because I'm going to have some other stuff popped up, if I choose to mail this card and double lift it, could be a little bit more expensive to mail out. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it flat. I want just a little bit of tape on that bottom part. And we got to get that centered. I think that looks good. There we go. Okay, and I got my little dimensionals on here, and I got way more than you ever really need to have on there, but they kept sticking to my fingers when I was trying to peel it off the sheet. So needless to say, I just kept putting them on there because they were stuck to my fingers anyhow. So let's see if I get up in the camera. Chris says, I already love this card. Good, good, good. I'm glad to hear. Okay, let me get these out of the way before they end up all over on my clothes and the floor. You guys all know how that works. Okay. Just set her on there. Cover up the part I need to camouflage. There we go. Okay, I am going to pop this little guy up. So let me put a couple of dimensionals in there. Now, one thing you want to think about when you're doing the dimensionals on here. Now, this is gold, so you're really not going to see the dimensionals behind there. But if you put a dimensional on a clear one, you're going to see it. So be careful if you're going to use this kit on where you're going to put those dimensionals. If you're going to use like the see-through type of flower. Let me just give you an idea on what I'm talking about. See that? Can you see that little thing? You'll see that sticking out in the card if you aren't careful on where you put it on the see-through ones. Okay, let's see. Get that out of the way. And I am purposefully putting these little ones close to the inside because I need to tuck my little leaves under there, and I don't want to have to hit anything as I'm trying to tuck them under there where I want them to go. If that happens, I will tell you what you can do. Let me just put this in place. Let's see. So we did the other one on this side, so I'll change it up a little and I'll put it on this side and we'll do it that way. Okay, just so we have a couple different looks. Now, if you put these down and you go to tuck your leaf in there and you can't get it to lay in there, you can take your scissors and go in between your paper and this and snip that so that you can tuck your piece in, or if you can cut a piece off of here that you're not seeing is another option for you. Let's see. I'm going to put it at a slight angle. Okay. Now, because this is going to get tucked underneath the flower, I was able just to add glue adhesive to the back of that. You could put glue in there too if you want. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to maybe go right in here, and I want enough of the flower sticking out so I can see it. We're going to do the same to this one. And again, I'm just adding the adhesive where it will probably hide underneath, because it's a see-through, underneath your gold flower. I think I'm going to keep that so it comes over that little bit of the card. Just push that down underneath there. Look at how pretty these cards are turning out, and they're so simple and easy. Okay, let's see. Now, let's put our cording in, and then I can add my glossy dots after that. I think I'm going to put my cording just right under the edge of this. Yep. Right there should be perfect. Okay, and now I think I'm going with my white dots because they'll stand out nice against this black. But I'll tell you what, I'm just going to do something. I may not use it, but I'm going to take my Berry Burst blends. I just want to see, by coloring this, is that going to stand out enough that I want on that black? I think it will. So let me just pick up this little guy and see. Oop, I dropped it. Hopefully it's not stuck yet. But you know what? I think it stands out enough. Okay, we're just going to leave it there. It stands out enough in the color that I think it looks good. So let me color 2 more because I want to. Oh, look at that. I colored right on the plastic. That is hilarious, Kelly. That's a good one. I haven't done that before. Okay, let me color 2 more because remember we want odd number on our embellishments. And Karen asked me a question this weekend that I have never thought about before. She made this super cute card. Matter of fact, I got them right in front of me. I'm going to show you what she did. She made this super cute card that it has these little puppies on there. Puppy like a scarf and some bones in that. Okay, I gotta hold this up to look and see if I want to put here or if I want to come down here. I want look at that, what I did. Oh my goodness, where'd that come from? Okay. I think I want to draw my eye into that flower a little more. So I'm just going to come in. I'm going to come in here. All right. So let me tell it back to my story I was telling you about. Let me just grab her card really quick here. Because I got these cards that we did in our card club. I might as well show them all to you. Why not? It's always good to see other cards. Okay. So here is our other card. What do you think? Like it? I like it. I think white or those berry bursts look just fine on there. And I like having the two, like it on one side and the other side. Okay, there we go. So, let me show you what Karen did here, because this is a super fun idea what she did. Okay, so here is her card. This is the little puppy scarves that we have and some little bones. And then she did 4 different little sayings stamped in Pretty Peacock. And we could come in here then and we could use a punch, or we could just fussy cut it and choose whatever saying we wanted that we could put on the outside. And then we could also have for our saying on the inside. What a super cool idea, huh? Okay, so here's what Karen's question was. She goes, all right, if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you got an odd number. So it's supposed to be more eye appealing when you use odd numbers. She said, would you put 3 embellishments on there and make it an even 8? Or would you put 2 embellishments and make it an odd number again? I have never, ever thought about the other things that are on the card when it comes to embellishments with being an odd number. So I don't know the answer to that question. I think it would be what your eye would look, what you think your eye likes, what draws you in. So Karen, that is an excellent question. If anybody has opinion on that, feel free to share your opinion with that. Let's see what else we got here. And I am going to be really bad because I did not do a good job at looking at who made these cards. Here's another awesome card the card club did. Now my gals, they like to bring cards. I demo 2 cards. So here's one of their cards. Look at the little fish inside there. Honestly, I'm not even going to try and say who did it unless I absolutely know, because I always take a picture of what they used on their cards. We put a little, like what I put on the back of my cards, what we used. Here's another one. This is done with that washi. I don't know if it's the actual washi tape. I don't think so. I think it's the stamp and they embossed it. Uh-oh, another one lost the sound. Probably an operator error. I haven't touched anything, so I'm hoping it's on your guys' end. But look at this. And then they just used part of an embossing folder and left some smooth to give you another look to it. How pretty is that? And Lost Lagoon. This one is the sunflower embossing folder, and May Your Christmas Be Bright. A very simple, beautiful textured card. Wishing you joy. I know Lisa Young made that one. Leanna made this one. Let's see. So it's the most magical time of the year. Look at the beautiful snowflakes and berries and the designer series paper. Still a separate item, so still be odd. Okay, I agree, Mom. I think so too. And then Leanna normally puts us a little white piece in there, but she didn't this time. So this time she gave us a little embellishment that we can add to our white piece for on the inside of our card. Super cute. Look at how cute that is. Okay, and then this card. Oh, this was my mom's card. Look at that. She watercolored with this. I was going to ask her, well, you're on here, Mom. So when you watercolored this, did you stamp a bunch of these on a sheet of paper and then watercolor them all and then die cut it out? Or did you die cut it out and then watercolor? I was watching a gal, what is her name? Oh, I can't think of it, but I know she wasn't feeling good. But she always goes to, I think it's Sweden, where they do all those tulip fields in the spring. So I think she was from that area. I want to say Pampered Stamper, but I'm not sure if that's who it was. But she showed some watercoloring techniques too that I had never thought about doing. But Mom, you did a great job on the watercoloring. And then what she did is she did sayings for us and used the to the point punch. And you can see how she cut those out and layered them on. And then we could pick whatever saying we wanted to add to our card. So I should just do that right now before this piece gets lost, because I know me. I'll grab those cards and it'll fall out and it'll fall under my desk and I'll be like, what? Okay, die cut first, but you could do either way. Makes sense. Okay. So let's put this little thinking of you right down here. Love the color combination you chose on here, Mom. Beautiful. Okay. This was one of our cards that we made, and this was with the set that is starting to go away, or that's on the last chance list. This was an embossing folder that came with it and some die cuts. And then, of course, my sheet that has what I used is in the tote behind me. And then we added a little bit of blue to our dove wings. So there's that one. And then this was the one from the tag set where there's little ephemeras that were cut out of there too. I haven't added it to my card. And then this was from that ephemera Christmas folder that's in the mini catalog that's going away. But just a very simple card. I have not done a card this simple, and I tell you, it was really nice and easy to do. With all those other swaps I was doing, it was nice to have a simple card put in there. So there we go. Those were some of the cards from I think those were all the cards from our swap from Saturday. Okay, let me clean my area a little bit here and get ready for our drawing. So get my stuff put back away. A little bit in the garbage. We had quite a few people that left comments last week. So, oops, I got a rub on here. I got to keep out. So we have Dorla, Caroline, Karen, Lynn, Barb, Julie, Bobby, Laura, Chris, Leanna, Virginia, Linda Stina, Linda Hansen, Lisa Hansen, Eileen, and Luann that are all in our drawing today. And we are going to be giving away calendars. Now, if you end up winning a calendar, I have 3 of these that are not put together yet. If I have to mail this out, I am going to not put it together because it's going to be too thick. And then you will probably just have to add your own ribbon to your card. If it's one that somebody's going to pick up, then you'll be able to pick one of these and we won't have to worry about the bulk mailing. So we've got this one. We have, let me just flip this one around because one of these I'm going to be keeping for myself. So I actually have 3 that are the same background, different sayings. Oh, there we go. We're going to leave this one because I haven't added a saying to it yet. So then we're going to give away this one and that other one. Now again, if it's going to be mailed out, Caroline, I think you know I already mailed you one out. So you can tell me if I end up drawing your name, if you want another one mailed out or if we want to just pass it on to another person. And you can decide if your name gets drawn. Okay, so here is our first one, and it's going to be the one with the white ribbon. Or if I mail it, it's going to be a flat one, and you get to add your own ribbons. If I could open this little piece up here. Okay, Lisa Hansen, you are the winner of this one, and I know you will pick up, so I'm going to, let's see, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Lisa on the inside of this. So if you choose to give this as a gift, you can just pull that right off, Lisa. Okay, so Lisa Hanson. Shake this baby up. Our next winner is Chris. Yay, Chris. I am going to be seeing you tomorrow. So this will be your card, and yours has the Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. So Chris, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm just going to put your name right on the front because we'd end up pulling that one off. So we'll see you, I believe it's tomorrow I get to see you, unless it's next week. Okay, and our last one, this little guy here, be still and know that I am God. Shake them babies up. And our winner is Leanna. Yay, Leanna. I will hang on to this because I know you will probably pick this one up with maybe your group shipping. So I will do the same. All right, I think that is it, guys. Make sure you leave a comment. I am thinking, now I will let you know, I'm thinking I'm still going to be going live next week with it being the week of Christmas, but if time gets crazy and gets away from me, I may take next Monday off. So if you want to look at Monday morning sometime, I will let you know. Okay, good, Chris. We'll see you tomorrow. I will let you know if I will be going live or not. I will leave a message like I always do, whether I'm going live or if I'm not going to make it. And then we'll probably give away maybe a few of these beautiful cards that I shared with you today next week. And if I don't go live, I will do it for sure the following Monday. All right. Great live, great cards. Thank you, Caroline. You guys have a very blessed week. Let me think if there's anything special happening this week. Nothing I can think of with Stampin' Up. No free shipping, none of that type of stuff. I think that's it. God bless your week. Have a wonderful Christmas if I do not talk to you before. That's it. Blessings, everyone. Bye.